Crowded, huh? Good. Hey, how are you doing? It smells really good, I'll tell you that. So we'll do it, okay. How you doing? Good. What's your name?
I'm Tim Hampton.
Okay. How are you? I'm wonderful. It's great to be up in New Hampshire.
How are you guys doing?
Stay tuned, man. I can't do it. How are you doing? Wow, look at this. You guys said hi. How are you guys? Good to see you. So what do you got? Go right over here?
Yes.
Okay.
Come
Good
on
deal.
in.
Come on. Oh, good guess. Oh, no! Sorry. It's alright. It's no problem. Come on. Oh, good guess. Oh, no! Sorry.
Sorry.
That's alright. It's no problem.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, good guys. Let's change. Oh, no!
Sorry.
That's alright. It's no problem.
Come on.
We have them. Wilson informed us you were a visiting delegation. Because now my lieutenant wants to see me. Welcome, ambassadors. We hope you enjoy your tour. Thank you for not reporting this. Please don't report this. Thank you, citizen. We appreciate your support. Have a good day. Have a good day. We have orders to resume recon. We are leaving this area. We're watching you. I've been enough.
After the
The Second Amendment is a fraud? What? Alright guys, my name is Jared, this is Guns and Gadgets, and I bring you everything related to the Second Amendment, whether it's legislation or litigation and everything in between. And these type of things fire me up. The Second Amendment is a fraud. I want to show you all about this, but I want to thank the sponsor of the video, and that's Shields. Shields is a sporting goods store that is employee owned and have to use my link down below on every video. And check them out, guys and gals. Link is down below and in the pinned comment. And this is some of the things that motivate me. People always ask, like, how do you do it? You know, why do you do it? What keeps you going? And it's the things that the thing that fires me up, like the things that keep my boiler running are things like this, because this is how a good portion of the country thinks about one of our rights. Check it out. It's called the Second Amendment Fraud, and this was written by Michael Weymouth on May 17th of 23. And Michael wrote, as gun violence continues unabated in our country, it has become clear that the Republican Party has no intention of doing anything about it, short of offering thoughts and prayers to the victims' families. That and a plethora of useless bromides such as, the only thing to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. The roots of the modern gun debate go back to the 1963 Kennedy assassination, when Democratic Senator Thomas Dodd from
Your mic's a little fucked up. It's like all squeaky and shit.
Any better
It
now?
looks like you're speaking, but okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
So is the only shot you took? That scalp?
What's that?
Is that the only trade you took? That scalp short?
Yeah, that was the only one I had. I couldn't really catch the move on the way up when we had that huge down move. I was looking for a long, but I mean it just moved too quick and
Yeah.
I couldn't catch it. So
Yeah, that was quick. That's I mean, I'm looking at 1 minute. Let me see. Even 5 seconds. I don't think there is any. Like, you have a little bit of a slowdown, and that's it, and then it just shoots up.
yeah.
Unless that's your setup, then there's really nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was tough. I think it's that news, fake news about the explosion. I think that's.
Yeah, what the fuck? That was so weird, man.
Yeah, I saw it on some I think it's either Financial Juice or Bloomberg, and I saw that flash by, and then ZN8 he posted about the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it was turned out to be fake. So I guess that's why it went up.
I guess so.
Yeah, but looks like Zero said, it looks like it's gonna be a back and forth thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it happening.
Yeah, my first trade I wanted to buy Dow, like around 837, I wanna say. Yeah, around the 837. But by the time I switched to it, and like I still don't have like size, I have to sit down and see how many contracts and what stops I would need, because I never traded anything else besides really NQ and ES mostly.
Right.
I did NQ
Right.
like maybe 2 years ago, or maybe more. I did that. But lately just ES. So with ES I know what I can risk and how much. With NQ I'm okay too, and Russell and Dow not so much. So by the time I figured it out, it started moving to the upside. So I wanted.
Hi guys.
The Cosmo.
Hey Cosmo. So yeah, I wanted to go long, but then it moved without me. Then I got short in NQ, so at least I'm like, maybe $50 up. I mitigated my risk, and I had really, really tight risk on that, like less than 5 points.
Oh wow, that's really tight for NQ.
Yeah, so that helped me. Like even I got stopped out. I didn't move my stop for it on this trade, and I'm still up like $50.
That's good.
So
Yeah, I'm also up about $50 just from that one trade.
Okay, oh, that's nice. Little by little.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not enough to like offset all my losses from the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know it sucks. I think the last 2 weeks I've been doing okay, and I'm still down. Let me see the screenshots. The last one I posted. I'm still down like $500.
Damn. I think I'm actually down more if I include commissions. Probably like $400. Let me.
Oh, you have to log in, because whatever we
Yeah, I'll
do,
check it.
like when I check journal, what we do, I think it's showing that I'm up. Yeah, now it says I'm $200 up, but I'm really $500 down on the eval.
Right. Yeah, I'm down $400 on the eval.
Yeah, so you're doing better than me.
I wouldn't say so. I mean,
Hey, I'm
We're still down.
$500 down.
Yeah, but I think I'm not taking enough trades, which is quite an issue, I feel. But
I mean, depends. If you see your setups and then you don't take them, like at first, like first week, I didn't take almost any trades. And I saw my trades, I just didn't take them. Then yeah, that's an issue. And I think it was the eval for me. That, and I switched back to my live account. So I think that kind of messed me up a little bit. But then slowly I started taking them, and then I took too many trades. But I was like concentrating on 5-second charts, like non-stop.
right.
So once I stopped that, and now I'm looking more at 5 minutes, 1 minute, and 1 minute, and then when it gets to like area of interest, then I switch to 5 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. And another one I missed. That would have been nice. The short in NQ. I just missed it. I like hesitated a bit, and then I placed my limit, and it just went like everything just sold off.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That sucked.
Yeah, the one I posted. And so yeah, and then it came back. So I didn't think it was gonna work out. Like I thought it might just pull back and keep going up. But at least I would mitigate my risk, even if I got in on it. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
true.
Yeah, that one would hit all my targets. Pretty much.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, it happens. I gotta work on that to be quicker
Yeah.
and enter without hesitation. But with NQ, it's kind of like, even though the others are selling off, NQ can still go up a bit.
Yeah.
So once I placed my limit, I thought I'm gonna get filled, but it just started going. I don't know if it was the time that the news hit or the news hit on that wick down on pretty much all the assets. So, and that, I think that might have been the reason that, all my targets would be hit. If it wasn't for the news, then, well, it happened, whatever happened, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect the Monday to be like that. I thought it was gonna be like Zero said it's probably gonna be back and forth. I thought it's gonna be like last week or 2 weeks ago where we had like maybe first hour of the day we were stuck in a 15-point range. I thought that's what we're gonna get, but oh man.
I mean, it was kind of showing that like early in the day. So I actually thought like, yeah, we're just gonna be like 15, 20 point range.
Yeah, but that move right at the open, it was
Yeah.
like overnight. Yes, I get overnight. Yes, it was kind of like back and forth. Nothing really. It was kind of like going up, but nothing really convincing. But yeah, the open, it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like once we blasted through pre-market highs, then it was just off,
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's why I tried to go long in Dow, because everything was like going. So Dow was struggling a bit, and that's why I wanted to buy it. Because usually when we get a strong move like that right at the open, then it keeps going. Yeah, I didn't get filled on that. And yeah, so now it might be just back and forth. It looks like it's gonna be if we could get inside Friday's range actually. We broke down just a little bit, or we just touched the low. Let me see. Yeah, I think we just wicked like half a point below the low from Friday. So it looks like we might be stuck, and we actually might build some volume between, because I see there's like a low volume node from Friday between 09 and 16 looks like. So who knows, maybe we'll just range above that there.
Actually, it looks like we gapped down on Sunday.
Yeah, gap down, but it's like right at open and just got bought up.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're not accepting lower, I think that's the sign.
It bounced off right off the major level too, 4187. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, and they put it back up, so it looks like they don't want it to go down.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna hold then.
Yeah, that the breakout from last week from that a multi-week range we had,
Mm-hmm.
and that might be it.
Yeah, I guess I'm more inclined to go for a long now, but we're like still in the middle of nowhere. Well, not in the middle of nowhere, but like in the middle of the day's range. So
Yeah.
if we can somehow get down a little bit,
Yeah,
might go for a long.
I don't really like those because we're at
Mm-hmm.
like at the point of control. It can just it can whip up and down, and
Yeah.
so like these areas I found that no matter what you do, it's like unless it's like gonna be something obvious and around like we're getting close to London close, so
Mhm.
maybe, but like those areas, I feel like those trades London close are better when we're at one extreme of the day's range and then look for a reversal. Whereas now it's like the on the open and then right after the news it's like I think it's screwed everybody in London session because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that all the whoever was long or short their stops got hit,
Yeah.
seems like.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Unless like it's some bigger players that have wider stops,
Mhm.
but all the smaller guys they're all probably out.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of hard to read. I think same with like London close. Like at first when I heard it, I think that's where I lost a bit of money too, because whenever I saw it, I was trying to go against the trend or whatever the move.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just like with everything, it's doesn't always work.
Yeah. I mean, there always is like context matters, right? So-
Yeah, context and yeah. Like right now, it's no real read on the market, and even like you can see within first almost half an hour, maybe first hour, we went up, we went down, so that means
Mhm.
like sideways. So
Yeah.
now I wouldn't expect anything on London close. I mean, you never know, but
Yeah. Also, one thing to note: ZB is overextended for the day. It's a daily -3.
oh yeah.
So, I mean, if we expect that to reverse, then maybe
Sell off.
might be bearish for ES or NQ.
That's what might be happening right now.
Yeah.
Trying.
I mean, we're struggling to go higher. Like we're stuck like in this like little mini range here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's. I mean, again, it could do anything, but still, like it's like a sign, I guess maybe.
Right.
I don't know though. I won't be trading for a bit, so maybe later.
I mean, I might, but it has to be something like really convincing.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now
I mean,
don't.
if you can get it for like good, if you have like tight risk on it, then might be worth a shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're pretty slow right now since it's almost lunch.
Mm-hmm. What? Fatcat is trading on Q?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because he was complaining about like, I guess the volatility since it's approaching summer. I think ES might be a little too slow for him. So
I think today should be okay though. Today
yeah,
is
honestly,
moving.
I think it's not bad.
Like right now it's slowed down, but before,
Yeah.
it was moving.
I'm gonna go see what he's up to. I'll be right back.
Cosmo Dave, you doing anything?
I was just training my scalping, but right now I'm watching the let me share the screen one second.
Dziubale, gdzie tam mama chodzi? Co ona tam chodzi, ogląda, co? Co ona tam robi?
You see the screen, guys?
Yeah.
So yes, what I'm trying to do right now is just to watch what could happen around here. Like I see NQ is overly extended, like all the others are like this is the swing high kind of area. This one, this one, this one. NQ is very far away from that compared to the others. So I'm trying to see when they will kind of get back. Like here, right here, it was a good. Here on Russell, it was a good long, in my opinion. It was the only one that was lagging behind here. So long in Russell here could have been a good idea, in my opinion. Russell is still ranging, same range. Also the ES, the ES, yeah. Then we have the Russell here.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I don't see like yes, like NQ is overly extended to the highs, but it means nothing because of its volatility. Like we don't have a move down on all others, and NQ is lagging. But here, like Russell was obviously lagging around here, around minute 20 to 90, 19 to 25 here. If you watch the others, 1925 here, like all over them were higher.
Mm-hmm.
Around here.
Yes,
But Russell, it was like.
Yes, but Cosmo, you have to be careful because if you look at Russell, it's kind of like maybe it is good because it was leading lately. Looks like now it's struggling. It's like ES might be leading.
Yeah, like right now the Russell is holding here, as you can see, but the others are going down all over them. Russell is the only one that's spiking up, as you can see it here. So maybe a short here on the Russell.
Yeah, but that
So
would have to be like a scalp.
Yeah, exactly, like a scalp, just from here to around here maybe.
Because lately Russell's been leading, so you know you wouldn't want to short the one that's leading because Russell's been like that lately. But if you notice that now it's lagging, then yes, that would be
exactly. Yeah, like the only thing is to see when it's lagging, like. But right now it's kind of pushing the price up for all over them. But that could be a nice, like short around here.
Good catch, yeah. Russell's been struggling a bit today. I mean, it was kind of like in tandem with all of them, but yeah. I mean, too bad I missed that my move on the short on NQ. Would have been like
like it was a good move.
Yeah, $300 trade.
Maybe trying a short round here. With a tight stop, kind of. Or tick stop or something
Yeah,
like
'cause
that.
if you see all of them, they're kind of at the like NQ's selling off. It's down a little further than all of them, but
Yeah,
ES,
yeah.
they're all at like at the top of their range.
Like here, the you see NQ, it's the same thing like around here.
Yeah, now NQ, if it stays down here and the others like Dow and ES break out, they follow Russell, then NQ might be good long.
Yeah, but like the overly extension of NQ around here, all of them were going up, but the NQ was lagging down. Maybe to reclaim that move up on all of them, this move up, also on ES and stuff. Like it could be like maybe the best trade on NQ. I don't know. Follow up. But NQ can spike at any point, like here. And spike down. But I like this, seeing all over them going up and holding up, but NQ is holding down.
Yeah, the thing is, if you look at them, the Dow and ES, they're still stuck in there.
But the one that is overly extended to the lows is obviously like the NQ, in my opinion, this situation. Let's see.
Russell's making new highs for the day. It looks like it's the strongest. It's at above D+2, whereas the others are in the middle between D1 and D2. Where is and Dow is like between +1, -1. And Dow really moved.
Yeah. But this kind of moves like especially on NQ, I never like, that was my first time trying to do it on the Russell, but that was like a quick scalp. How many points around here? Say from like it's a 6.5 scalp around here. So I think it like playing this like kind of quick move like this, that in my opinion is a good thing. But right now that's a bad idea, because obviously everything is stalling. Russell also is stalling up, so it's normal that NQ is the only one that's gonna extend like lower than them and spike down. But as long as there is kind of still we have a kind of divergence between all over them and the NQ.
Yes, but you see that Dow and ES, they came back, like broke out of their consolidation and came back.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't like. Russell's the only one that's leading to the upside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now maybe it could be good long.
Yeah. Yeah, right now, yeah, you're right, yeah. Here is better in my opinion. Like, wait, let me do something quickly.
You're still looking at the dome, Cosmo?
Yeah. But that was just to kind of but the dome will give me a better entry around here.
Yeah.
Around the area, what area is that? 904, around here. That, like, here, like, that was the good long on NQ.
Yeah,
Yep.
that looks like, yeah.
But you never know, like, the NQ is very, like, it's so volatile, so...
Yes, it is.
we never know. But it has a lot of to kind of to reclaim, in my opinion. Like all these move up on all the assets, NQ is still stalling down. So it's still maybe trying to kind of seal some liquidity as it's very volatile, but like we can never know. We have to try it and test it and see the outcome of it. Nice absorption around 6. It's holding. 906 is holding around here. But let's see what's gonna happen. Below it, still holding. Good absorption. Nice. Absorption of sellers around here. Let's see if there is a kind of a spike down, a stop run to go up. Nice. Like if this 5 and 6 is holding, a good idea going long, in my opinion. Starting to lose the momentum to the upside, in my opinion. Like it should really continue at this point in this absorption. Not like this move. Like it's stalled down. Like it's clear divergence. The only one that is stalled down is the NQ. Nice, another absorption around 350. Maybe wait a good momentum to the upside, like a good push up to the upside. Still no momentum around here. Another absorption. Gets broken. If there is any continuation down below it. It's not like right now. If there is any spike up with volume, I would take it. Nice spike down. I like that. Still no momentum. A bit of the momentum right here. Some buyers. Nice. Nice buying. But we need a continuation to the move. There was like good buying around here. Another retest of the 350 where sellers got absorbed. Either they're gonna accept it or not. But still no real momentum around it. Let me open the tape.
Yeah, you can see the others are not really moving also. Yeah, I tried to go long here too, but I got stopped. Because Dow and ES are trending up, while and also Russell, but NQ is the only one going down, so
Absorption of sellers around here, which is good. Kind of stuck here for the sellers. Let's see if they can hold it or not. I need a good spike. Like, you see this absorption of selling around here and going nowhere. That's nice. I just want to see buyers counter attacking around here. Like, you see those sellers? Like, I need to see some buying with momentum so I can initiate the long. But still, like right now they are getting absorbed. If they go like above the 98.50 with momentum, that's gonna be good. But they are still willing to go down. That's a nice, like, taking the long, in my opinion, will pay off really nice, in my opinion. Still, the sellers are in control right now. Now I need to see some buyers, like above the 96. And except in this area, nice buy-in, but there is no real momentum to the highs. We have the 90. Too many selling, but not going anywhere. Let's see if there is any good stop run to the upside right now. Building the momentum to the upside on NQ, which is a good sign in my opinion. But the trick with NQ is the kind of the bigger stops. Nice momentum.
Cosmo, but look what the others
Let's
did.
secure something about from this move. I'm out. I don't like this move.
Cosmo, look what the other markets are doing.
Yeah.
They're not really going higher.
Yeah.
Like ES, Dow came back inside its range, and I mean it could still go up. Like maybe they go for liquidity, but
Yeah. But I don't like this. I don't like this buy-in and not going higher. You see what I mean? It's plus like reading what's the actual market is doing, as it can spike really lower. I don't see a real momentum. Like, I need to catch it like real time on NQ. But right now I see you see the sellers are more than the buyers around here. You can see it. Like 90, 63, 76, 94, 118. That's nice. Nice absorption around 92. I need to see buyers. A good momentum. Like, if we accept above this 450 with momentum of buyers, I will go long. But as long as we are below this kind of micro volume profile, I'm not gonna think of going long, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna wait. That's the mix between like that correlation. We have a good buyer around 350, but getting absorbed, which is a bad thing. But we at least have a sign that there is someone that's stepping on 350. So going long above 350 is the better idea, or like getting absorbed. But we still see like sellers are hitting. Nice absorption of selling. 90 level is holding again. Nice momentum build up. We need to see the 350 retest and 494, 9350 to try to go long. Nice. They are holding. They are hitting with size, which is good. Building the momentum above the 350 and 4 is a good thing, but it needs to hold. Like, it needs to hold in order to be a good trade. But I think that's the but I don't like this. That's nice. That's nice. Nice sweep to the upside, nice. But it needs to keep the momentum. Like right now, I'm confident because there is not enough buyers and the price is going up. So one single aggressive buyer will spike the price up at any moment right now. As long as we are holding above 354s, that's a good sign. And buyers are hitting here passively. 350 is holding to the upside. I don't want to see volume here, like sellers here, aggressive sellers around here. Like I see a clear kind of accumulation or something like that of the buyers. Like right now, the buyers are just on this move are getting a bit absorbed around here. Slightly higher than the sellers. But I don't like this move, to be honest. Yeah. Swooping down. Still this level of absorption, so that's a good sign again. Like these levels of absorption from sellers, they couldn't get lower, but if they spike it, they will spike it really hardly. So I will just give it some room to breathe, maybe. They broke that level of absorption, so they are going down. But still getting like absorbed around here. But also they have the momentum to the downside. Buying. A slight momentum to the upside. The buyers are very weak. No real aggressive buy. That's a good sign. But getting absorbed, obviously. Just gonna give it some room to breathe. Nope. I think it's a down. It's a down move at this point. Like trying to fade that is. But catching a good long here is like will pay off all these stops at a certain point.
Doesn't make any sense right now. And everything's selling off. ES, Dow. I mean, Russell's holding strong, but maybe Russell has good short. Because Russell is the only one that's up. Now, if it's leading, then it's not good. It's not good to short, but if it's lagging behind all of them, then that could be the best short, Russell.
Yeah. Only one that is lagging is the Russell, you're right. But I like this.
But the thing is Russell lagging or leading?
Yeah, that's the that's the $1 million question.
Exactly. If it's lagging, then that's could be the short of the day. I mean, the short of the day already happened earlier around the open, but that could be good short too.
You can never know, Peter. Maybe there is a massive move down.
Yeah, the best short for me happened around 8:40, so that was the best short. I mean, short of the day, but
Yeah.
like Russell's struggling, could be.
buyers are going nowhere in NQ. But they're holding this level. 87,
Yeah, just
see,
bottom dip.
84s, 85s.
Okay. Yeah, I shorted the Russell, but doesn't look like it's gonna work out. Yeah, doesn't look like it's gonna work out. But who knows?
Having like NQ is having a hard time getting higher. But folding, like whenever it's open and higher it's folding, that's a good sign in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm out in the Russell. I thought it was gonna follow the others, but no, it just keeps on going.
Like NQ right now can spike really hard to the upside. I like to buy in right now. Like buying. We have the 96 level. We have this level. You see this this step here between like the 96.50 and 95s. Like to accept this kind of beginning of the volume profile, which is here is just a rangy area, kind of value area low of this profile.
Mm-hmm.
This bigger profile. Let's see. If it goes beyond the 95, that's gonna be a good trade in my opinion. And holding above it with aggressive buying. But I don't like this stall.
Yeah, I think I should be done for the day because I just messed up too many times right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now if they keep going up, then NQ is the best long.
Yeah. But you like I don't really trust NQ because like you know the volatility is very tricky. And you need like many buyers and the price is stalling here. Maybe we need another wave of aggressive buying in order to get the price higher. But there is no aggressive selling, so we can say that there is absorption or something. So it's kind of tricky to stay here, in my opinion. It can spike down at any moment. So passive sellers are selling and absorbing the buys and waiting for the like they can turn to aggressive sellers at any moment here. Or maybe the buyers are waiting for those aggressives to get like some signs of aggressives around 92. That's good. So yeah, like here the buyers are waiting for the sellers, aggressive sellers, to absorb them and help with a good stop run, I think, to the upside. Help the firm up. But I don't like staying stuck under the 95.50. I want to see it trading these levels with aggressive buying around here, 95.50. Now it top tick it 96 and get back. That's a bad sign.
Yeah,
But
look,
let's see.
Cosmo, look at the others. ES
Yeah.
and down. They're going up strongly. So NQ can, if they don't struggle, because they're at their consolidation areas. So if they can break through, then NQ should.
Yeah. Nice absorption. Sellers. But there is no clear momentum. Like NQ is only ranging around here, so I'm gonna quit this trade and try to find another long. Once there is a clear momentum. Right now we're still going down, so like whenever even if they are like switching like in the reverse, NQ will tend on that micro reversal. NQ will tend to reverse really deep down. You know, that's the thing. Like,
No, it might have just retested that low and keep going. It all depends on what the others will do. If the others just shoot up, then NQ should follow. Yeah, looks like they're pretty strong. Looks like NQ might actually go up.
yeah, like the 95s. If this is folding to the upside, you see it's stuck under the 96, 95s. 50.
Oh, it's
Really
gonna
break it with
through.
good momentum. I can try to go long with it.
It's gonna break through. Look at Dow,
Yeah.
Russell, and
Yep. I need to see aggressive buying around here. I don't want to see this stall. Not like that. There is no follow-up on the buy side, and buyers are still getting absorbed. Maybe right now trying another long. Nice. Nice top run. Sellers aggressive, not doing anything. That would be a good sign. Play the continuation move. 96, like 96, 95, 50. If this doesn't hold, that's a bad sign. Nice buy-in.
I think it's gonna go up from now. There is a
Yeah.
little bit of stall because ES is stalling a bit at its like recent highs. But look at Russell and Dow, they broke out already.
Like you can never know with NQ. I prefer playing the others with NQ what is going around its own levels because it gets very tricky around here. But as long as it's holding above 96, 95, 50, but there is no momentum to be honest. There is no momentum to the upside, and nothing is guaranteeing that this is gonna be a move up. So they all are right now going down.
Trust me, Cosmo, it's going up. It's going to the moon. I mean, I think looks like they're waiting for yes, it's holding it a bit
I don't like the move.
at those
Be honest.
recent highs.
I don't like it. I don't like it. There is no momentum on NQ. No momentum on NQ. Nice absorption. Seller. None. Sellers are aggressive but going nowhere. Which is a good sign. But I need a momentum. There is no momentum to the upside. To be honest. It could like really go deep down, take the move down, then I can try to go long. Let it breathe a little bit. I like this. I like this imbalance. Now I think it's a good area too long. Come on. I wanted to take me with it.
Yeah, surprisingly, NQ is like really struggling. It looks like it's gonna go up.
You see here, Peter. You see 32.010 here. That's what like gave me kind of a signal to go long and put my stop under that, because I noticed that whenever like NQ, like not all the time, but depending on the context. Like right now on this context, it didn't retest it. It came to 93 and bottom ticket, then it got higher with momentum. So that's for me a good sign of going long, but you can never know. But as long as others are going higher and auctioning higher, that's kind of confirming that there is something to play around here. Like the 90 to 50 and 92 are holding the price to the upside. If we break it, that's gonna be another story.
Yeah, looks like it's going higher. Yes, looks like it's gonna break out. Russell, Dow retested and it's going up. Russell's just going up like crazy.
But I don't like this price action. I need it to go lower more.
I would long NQ, but I just did too many, like just recently did too many trades, and now the risk is too high.
If we still hold this 90 to 50, if we bottom ticket, like we see that, that's a good sign. We just touched it, and we came back really quickly. We only traded 2 contracts here from that kind of small imbalance. So I just need a continuation to the upside right now. Either like I need the sweep to hold around 96. And not going lower than that. But it's really struggling down, to be honest. It's struggling. Kind of accumulation or something like that, I don't know. But if it's gonna spike, it's gonna spike really hard to the upside. That's bad. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like the same scenario from the upside. Like if we go higher than that, meaning I can go for a continuation to the upside. So now I have 2 kind of energy points or pressure points or however you can call it, here and here. So we are playing this range around here.
Yeah, Russell's is at its major level, so I don't know if it's gonna hold it a bit. Like it's gonna slow it down, or it's gonna keep on going. And kind of Dow and ES are struggling, but looks like they want to break up. Break out.
Yeah. Like there is aggressive selling and also aggressive buying. So at this point on NQ, I would like to see exit. Like if I'm gonna go long, I want to see exits here. I want to see quite a spike down with momentum and a quick reversal.
Yes, it's ready to break out. If it does, then NQ should follow.
Like NQ is waiting. Like you can see NQ is just waiting around here. You can see the consolidation here. NQ is waiting for something to happen on other maybe assets or something, or some capital flow or some money to come to it, maybe. But I don't see anything like right now. Any clear sign of any directional move. Now we have more move down. Kind of slight assumption of buying here,
this game, you'll be sorry that the black
but does mean nothing.
If you don't play
There
this
is
game,
nothing,
you'll
like
be
as
sorry
long
that
as we
the
didn't
black
go
money-
below the 94, 93.50.
Robert's gonna sell you.
Just gonna wait. First, only range in around here, so
Yeah, like I said, the Russell bounced from its major level. So who knows? If it breaks through, goes higher, and Dow and ES are kind of like cannot break over their recent highs.
and Q now is showing me some signs of trying to break it to the upside. 98. I want to see 98 holding. There we go. That's the tricky range. I want to see 94 holding and not being able to go lower than that. Come on, take me. I think that's the move. It held around here nicely, around 93.50 again. Kind of line in the sand between the buyers and the sellers. Like the buyers want this price to not get in below it. Nice buy-in, but I need some follow-up here. No, they are playing the range.
Yeah, the thing is the others are kind of struggling. Russell's selling off from its major level, and ES and Dow are struggling. So I don't think it's ready yet.
Exactly.
It looks like, the London close happened, and now it's lunchtime, so it's, I don't know. I mean, if you're in it a little lower in NQ, then I just keep it and see, maybe move to break even. But I wouldn't
like
be
keeping a long here on NQ. I don't like just to place the limit order. I get what you mean, like just put in a wider stop.
No, I mean if you're long from lower on NQ, then I just keep it. But me myself, I wouldn't be entering any trades right now.
Yeah. Nice
Now-
momentum,
And
but
now it's
getting,
gonna go.
but it's getting stuck. Like it's stuck. It's still playing the range. Like they make micro momentums. Like there is some continuation here, but I don't trust it. Like around 3s or 250. If there is a continuation and price not getting lower than that,
Szymon zjadł cały bacon, nic nie dał?
I think right now here around this level is a good,
Okay.
a good long. But this is playing the breakout, so the breakout is very hard to play in my opinion. It needs like nice momentum to occur or to happen. You see they are stuck here. Not like that, to be honest. Nice buy-in, but maybe playing a quick pullback to around 92. Aggressive buying, but not getting nowhere, so try the reversal move. Okay. Nice buy. Come on, take me with you. Like right now I need to see a quick spike up. It should not stall like that. Like they are kind of out of exhaustion of buying in my opinion. Nice, come on. Nice aggressive buying, getting absorbed again. Nice. There we go again. There is no momentum, to be honest, to the upside. No clear momentum, in my opinion. I like this move, around 650. $906.50. If this gets broken, that's a bad sign. I want to see it holding, or at least like spike down and get back really quickly, or a continuation to the upside. Come on. An exhaustion of buying around here, I don't like that. I see some reclaim to the 96, 95 area. I don't see buying like a good buying momentum.
up some of it. What? No, I mean, after your breakfast. Yeah, I already cleaned up. Yeah, there's not much going on right now, not much to do, I see.
It's more of a scalping environment, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nothing more like just playing the bigger ranges
Yeah.
on all, I think, the assets.
Yeah, I thought that I got in long, gave it like a couple tries on
Mhm.
NQ because Russell was going up and Dow and ES were kind of like going up.
Yeah.
But yeah, once that didn't happen, then I'm like, I mean, if you got in at the low with NQ, like where you closed the one trade and it kept going, then yeah, you could get some, like couple points to the top of the range and maybe hope for more. But yeah, now it's just middle of nowhere, so.
Yeah. Let me also show you like the ES. Like I was trying to like do the kind of the tick drills, but kind of the trade in the NQ, scalp in the NQ. So I think NQ like the ES is quietly more obvious on the DOM than the NQ, in my opinion. So like I just what I'm waiting for is just where the price will get stuck, for example.
Mhm.
And watching like it's kind of a reading what's happening here. Like you did with orders like 231, 202. We have a big liquidity around 190. So I just mark where are the liquidity areas with the heaviest volumes. Then what I do, if I'm close to any of those areas, like I play those moves also. But right now, for example, let's say this is the move, like we are going down. So I will try to to comment on it uh, right now and try to just see what I'm reading right now. I want you like also to watch the inside prints here
Mhm.
and how many contracts are getting printed around here, around the and try to find who is getting trapped. Like on ES, you can get it quite easily. The thing is to wider you stop. Like I can, like you see this 200. That's a nice one. Like when price is going up, for example, if it spikes up, then we have liquidity following the price. That's a good sign to go for continuation trade. You see what I mean? But this is too far from it. Like if we see a good momentum, for example, right now to the upside, plus a good buyer step in just
No.
below it.
Also, you can see it's spoofing because it's like whenever price
Yeah,
gets close, it appears and then disappears. So
Exactly.
that's not real.
But like depending on the momentum, like we can see like we are playing the range here. We have sellers came in, like we just by reading the what's happening right now, just inside prints in the like this short-term volume profile around here. Like we can have a read of what's happening right now. Like right now the sellers came aggressively here compared to the buyers. So and sellers are still hitting, like the 1050. And price is getting stuck. We came from here to here, and price is stuck around here, meaning that this area is interesting for the sellers, but I need to see some kind of impressive volume absorption or something. But right now it's still ranging. There is no I would not get on a trade on a situation like this, for example. It's kind of a quick scalp, like 4 or 3 ticks on ES, and I was practicing that like for a long time now. So try to switch to NQ and try to read also the NQ, and to spot where are the like the consequent absorptions. Right now we are still ranging. So nothing to do right now for me. And I also need to notice like when there is exhaustion and when there is absorptions. And also ticking back, like when price is going up and it's ticking down, like going up, ticking 1 tick, like back ticking, it's called the back ticking. I don't know if you know it, Peter.
No.
Back ticking when the price is going up and it's back ticking with size like this situation, for example. That's interesting. It starts to back tick with kind of volume, even if it's 45. But I need to see some consequent volume in order to initiate the short. Like we see back ticking with good volume also. So there is intention from the sellers to get the price down, in my opinion. But I need also to see like what triggers the bigger moves is the like the bigger absorptions to trigger also the stop runs. Like right now we have nice absorption around 975, but I like the EV on these trades are very low, like a 2 ticks. Nothing impressive. In order for me to enter the trade, I need to see more extensions to the highs, or to go long. Look for this area below
No,
that.
you can see the gold. Gold is going up, bonds are going up slightly, so that might mean that we're gonna sell off because we've been ranging here, but you know, it's this time of day, so it's not gonna be a big move.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just trying to like watch it. Just play in the range. We are at the point of control, which means like going long should be better under that, as the point of control is kind of a magnet. Right now we see some momentum to the downside. I need to see backticking. Now that was a good backtick here, around 825 with size. And I want to see good absorption, which is happening right now on the 775, which can trigger. Like I like this extension to the downsides. And going down really, really fast. Absorption of sellers around here. Now I need to see aggressive buying. There is absorption, but there is no buyers at this point. Nice absorption, but no that much of aggressive buying. So the sellers are still strong. Now the buyers came in. Maybe I can look for a long around here, around this area. It's kind of a late. Catching those 3-4 ticks just from the momentum of what's happening. 675 is holding the price here. So if we go back and start to trade volume here, I can trade the continuation at this level, or at least to the tens.
Yeah, if it gets defended though, then yeah, that could
Yeah.
go down. But usually those get retraced.
Plus we have a
retraced.
gap here.
Yeah, those gaps usually they get retraced, and then once we get to the top, then they continuation down happens.
Yeah. So right now we have good trade above it. It's kind of risky because we just filled the gap. But as long as we broke this area, I'm waiting for it to at least retest the 959.75, the previous area of absorption of the sellers, and try to see if they are gonna kind of hold the price or not. But just playing those micro moves, if you see what I mean. Like either you're gonna break even, or it's a 3 ticks, 4 ticks wins. And like the guy the guy that owns the prop shop, like he's trading 50 contracts, 60 contracts for 4 ticks. Like each 4 ticks is a $6,000, $8,000. He's only trading that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can, NQ is hard because NQ is very volatile. Like this area it was obvious on ES. You see what I mean?
So the guy you were talking about, he trades 50, 60 contracts for like a point?
Yeah, exactly. He only trades for 5, 6 ticks maximum. Yeah, you can he gets runners sometimes, but his main focus, he doesn't care of the runners, If the market is giving him something, he's gonna take it. If the momentum keeps going to the upside, he's gonna take it. But as long as his main focus is on 4 ticks or break even or 1 tick loss. So the system is working with he says that whenever whenever you think of a bigger move, you fuck up with your head, and you lose your focus on the markets and what's happening in the now. Because if you from a logical standpoint, market is always moving. So trying to master those 3, 4 ticks in the long run, he said, he told us, if you stick to that system, only trade that, only journal that, and only watch 4 tick moves. When the price can reverse, there is a higher probability of the price reversing.
Right.
You watch this.
I mean, you can do that, but yeah, you have to know what you're doing. Like the video I posted a while back, it's you have to know which trade, and Zero says, you have to know what kind of trader you want to be and which trades you enter. You cannot scalp, and unless that's your intention, scalp and get look for runners. If that's your strategy, yes. But if you enter on a scalp and it runs, then it's you have to know your strategy.
Exactly.
And this of course it works. You can make money like that, but then again, if you enter longer term trade like Zero does, or even what we sometimes do, I enter bigger trade, then small moves like that, they're not gonna matter. Because if
Exactly,
you look
yeah.
at that, it's just gonna scare you out of a trade, and that's it. Just like Zero says, once he enters, like his big account, he doesn't. I mean, he still looks at it, but he doesn't look at 1 minute time frame to get him out.
Yeah.
Unless he's like close to his profit or something, then maybe. But other than that, he doesn't look like that. He doesn't look at that. And it makes sense. It's like you have to know what you're doing. Just like what you're doing. I mean, still looking at bigger picture is gonna give you probably direction and which trade might work out easier. Because even in an uptrend, if you look at scalps, then yeah, you can look for like shorts for pullbacks, but you can make money either way. But it's gonna be easier probably to make money going with the trend, even if you scalp.
Yeah. You're right. You're right, Peter.
So it all depends on what exactly you wanna do. I see the appeal of trading. Scalping. But for me, I'd rather look for like couple points or like what I've been doing lately, where I look for good decent move.
Yeah. Like I'm on that I'm on a crossing road between like the scalping and trying to find moves, and I try to understand what I'm doing, to be honest, because I still don't have proper understanding of holding trades for like bigger moves. I don't have that knowledge at this point. I still don't. Like here and there, I know this, like the market correlation, the reverse correlation, when to use that, when not, etc., etc. But what guarantees you that the move is gonna go up? Like for example, 50 points or 40 points or something like that. Nothing. Like you have no guarantee. But when you look at that, this is what moves the market. The market moves because there is aggressive buying. Lifting the ask.
Yes, but also like if you look what the others are doing, but see what the Zero says, capital flow. It doesn't. You cannot look on it on a really small time frame. So that's why that's what gives them the confidence to look for and hold for extended targets, because they look for bigger moves that happen over days and weeks, and that's what allows them to enter and hold it with confidence. It's sort of like looking at the dome but on a bigger picture. Where they see where the money is moving, like you see absorption, aggressive buyers, sellers stepping in. Same with capital flow. It's just on a big time frame where they see, okay, they're moving their, the big players move their money, let's say, out of one asset and into another, and then you're like, okay, now we can enter.
Yeah, exactly. But how I can see that is, as you said, you can follow the trend. For example, if the trend is up, you can scalp to the upside and take quick scalps to the upside. That's gonna be easier.
I think one more thing, Cosmo, you can look at is like you cannot look at it everywhere, because you're gonna get setups all the time on DOM. So maybe pick some areas of interest, like where you can see that we're gonna get a move, or I don't know, consolidation, and then when we get to the top of consolidation or area.
But you know, what the guy is. Sorry to interrupt you, Peter. Like the guy, it's not that I'm trusting him or something, but like seeing someone that is doing something and taking some advices from, like taking advices from Zero, to be honest. But let's say,
Have you
You
seen
pick the
him
levels.
trade live?
yeah.
This guy, and he
Yeah.
trades for real size and.
Yeah, of course. Like he was trading like for 15 years. He was with Lilo, the prop shop, if you know it. Like he was the only one that got the size. Like he was the only one able to trade 40 lots on one single account. If you see what I mean. So once he get to a certain level, he started to think of teaching others from my country. This kind of showing them the true trading, and what really moves the market and stuff. So he invested in his new prop shop, which will become a prop firm, as he's right now already built like the arcade, where there is people that are gonna be trading there. So he's kind of mentoring people.
So are
And
you mentoring with him?
No, I'm not mentoring with him, but I'm not directly mentored by him, but because I'm not on the same city as he is right now. The arcade is on another city, so to move there and I need to rent, I need money to live with. It's stuff like it's gonna add more expenses, like to change the city completely. It's kind of a new life, and I'm not ready for that at this point. I'm still trying to find my edge, kind of. And once I'm ready, he gave us a challenge, kind of a test, like the challenges, the combines. Like once you have, for example, he will, for example, you take the 25K account, and once you're consistent for 3 weeks, consistently profitable for 2 weeks, you can join the arcade and trade with them, trade live with the others that are already there.
But Kazma, so if you talk, because you talk to him, right?
Yeah.
So can't he teach you?
Like he's already teaching us.
Are you friends with him, or?
It's not a friend, like a kind of. It's just regarding the trading. Like we discussed about trading. That's it. Like we're not close friends, or we hang out together and stuff. But his friend, kind of a friend of him, is my friend. Kind of, we hang out sometimes and stuff, and we talk. But with him, it's not a very very friendly relation and stuff. It's kind of a business and formal kind of.
Okay. So your friend is friends with him?
Yeah, he's a scalper also, so he's a
Okay.
profitable scalper. Yeah.
Your friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like that, then you should. Like you got some stuff from Fat Cat, and especially if you have friends that trade that way and they can show you, then and you like that style, then I would get together with them and
Yeah. Like this is like you need for example, those 2 trades I took, I need to stop. You see what I mean? The issue here is the psychology. Are you gonna stop after taking 6 ticks? You see what I mean?
I mean,
that's why. Yeah, that's why.
But
yeah.
Okay, so how many trades do they take a day?
Like they can take 3-4 trades.
Okay.
Sometimes 20 trades. It depends on the markets. It depends if you can read. It depends if it's less random. There is news. There isn't rollover, etc. But in general, you can take a 10, 15 trades.
Yeah, because see, even when they scalp, they don't take that many trades. It's not like pure scalping like it was 10, 15 years ago, where people went for a tick or two and they took 200-300 round turn trades.
Yeah.
So they do it a little differently. So I'm sure they still like, you know, they wait for their setups, areas of interest, however they do it, and yeah, that's
Let me tell you something, Peter, about like, sorry to interrupt you, about the areas of interest. Like the areas of interest, if you come to the market with an idea in mind that the price can reverse somewhere, you're messed up, because you're not gonna read objectively the DOM. What we need to do, like, just read what's happening right now. Like, let me give an example right here. We have, this is a new level, for example. Like waiting to go long around here is a good idea, for example, and waiting to go short here is a good idea, because we have a kind of balanced area, and also going short here for a breakout is a good idea, and going long for a breakout is a good idea. You see what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So come into the markets, like he said it, like if you come to the market with some levels in mind and some chart levels and stuff, like you're gonna mess up your scalping.
So how
You
how,
need-
how do they scalp? Do they scalp only on DOM?
Yeah, only DOM.
No
Only
charts,
jigsaw.
no
No
charts,
charts.
nothing.
Nothing. No book map, no chart, nothing. Only DOM.
So
Only
they,
reading
they,
the
they,
action.
they look for areas like that, like right now, and
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
sell the top, buy the bottom.
Yeah, something like that. So like, that was just to give you an example, but watching, for example, let's watch this action right here, for example. Like you can see a clear, like from 873 to 258, 24, meaning there is nobody willing to trade below this 06. So watching this area and see if we are willing to trade it around here to go short for a breakout, plus the momentum, plus the volume, for example, like to try to catch the 3-4 ticks or the break even, because there is a higher probability of it if we trade lower to go down 3-4 ticks than running. Like if you enter here and wish for runner, that's a bad mentality. We are not wishing for runners. We are just not wishing, but we are only entering trades when we have a guaranteed 95% that we will get paid. So have you ever watched, for example, the John Grady thing?
Yeah, yes, I did.
You did the course and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not the whole thing, but I did a little bit.
You watched the course of John Grady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? No, not John Grady. No, it was
Gary Norton?
Gary Norton.
Okay, you paid the like the course and stuff?
No. Somebody posted. He has a lot of free stuff on Telegram.
Mhm.
So that's where I saw it. I didn't go through the whole thing, but yeah, he has some free stuff on Telegram. Have you gone through it?
Yeah, and John Grady is a pure scalper.
Yeah, John Grady. I've seen his like YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't see his course. I know.
Yeah, so
I know Fat Cat was talking about it, but
Yeah.
he took it. But no, I never did.
like Fat Cat is a pure kind of background, scalping background. And one thing that can trigger, like just let's say I'm just bullshitting, for example. But when you see Fat Cat, for example, like when you see his sizing, you think it's normal? You think that someone is trading 12 lots normally like that? with that confidence? You think it's doable, for example, to go 12 lots short, like with a tight stop, for example, a 2-point stop? That can, for example, trigger something, you know. The guy is trading 8 lots, 4 lots, 12 lots. Like the normal day right now for Fat Cat is like the lower size is 4 lots.
Mm-hmm.
That can show, like, give a sign that there is something behind that, if you see what I mean, Peter. Meaning that, like, Fat Cat knows, like, knowing when he's break even, he knows when to break even, and that's the secret of scalping. To be profitably a good scalper, is know when to cut, and knowing when to cut is the secret of scalping. Like why he added the bigger context, why he tries to catch the bigger moves. Like he can see that move on a 10 ticks, 5 ticks, 6 ticks, 2 ticks wins. But he only, like right now, he's only trying to do the same thing he does on a micro time frame, and mixing it with the higher time frame setups and the higher time frame charts to try to find when that quick scalp can turn to a runner. That's the idea of it. That's the whole idea. Like, learn when you will have, like, in the worst case scenario, you will have only 0 drawdown or break even. That's the worst case. Once learning that, everything is easy after that. When you know when you're wrong and you cut it on break even, not taking a loss or 1 tick loss at maximum, that's where you can say, I can right now read the market correctly. And that's kind of the secret, like, that's the secret of that thing. But first, you should only look for moves that can give you 4 ticks guaranteed or 3 ticks guaranteed, like a free trade, when there is free trade. And you can see it on the DOM. But, like, it takes, that's what takes time, you know. It takes a lot of time. Because people will say DOM is not working. Okay, DOM is not working. Have you gave it enough time to understand it, at least? If you see what I mean, Peter? Like, does people gave it enough time, or they just enter, they see nothing? Like, they just see numbers and limit orders. They don't understand what's really happening. But once we understand what's happening, there come the shift. Like right now here. Like, it was obvious. We are still absorbing around here. 06. We didn't even trade lower. We traded 12 lots here. Then aggressive buying, going long. Wow. You have your 3-4 ticks, if you see what I mean. This is the kind of levels we watch. We don't watch a VWAP or something, or a point of control. Yes, you can help with that, because you can say that there is a high probability of the price visiting the point of control, because it acts as a magnet, and bigger institutions want this area to take position, either long or short. Like, for example, let's say, that's the context. We are ranging below the point of control. Just for example, we have a balanced area here, and we have, like, taking long here matches this micro volume profile and this bigger volume profile. And going for the breakout is a good thing, because there's gonna be volume here. So you should not at the same time get, like, tricked by the volume that's gonna be traded here, which is gonna be very normal, because we are at the point of control. So there is a high probability of it shopping. But if we see that price or the sellers are getting absorbed around here, that's gonna be a bad idea to go short and play the reversal, because you have a context. Like, you have the bigger picture. You can say this is the RTH bigger picture. Now we see, like, they get below that level, but there is no aggressivity. now we can start to see some aggressiveness. So I do nothing. You see that order that came here and disappeared. If we execute some size here, some volume here, that's a good sign to go for the continuation. Like just theoretically, you know, there is no guarantee, but just from the price, we are playing the range. There is absorption of selling here. We traded below 69, 620. There is still momentum to the downside at this point. Price is getting stuck under this high volume node, which is the 675. So we are auctioning lower. That could trigger to be ready, for example, to take a breakout to the down and take you 346, for example. But as long as we are not like in a random place, we don't place trades. We just need the price to show us his hands. Like there is an intention, but there is no real intention of sellers getting and breaking. Now we need just to wait and watch what's gonna happen. It's like watching the movie of the markets, what they are trying to do here. Like there is exhaustion of buy-in at this point, no buyers, no buyers. Slightly good buy-in here, around 625. Now we need to watch the absorptions around 675 and see if we can go for a short and for a continuation of the breakout. Like you don't trade based on a prediction. You place your trade based on the order flow, based on what's happening right now. Kind of a logical thing. But if I take a trade and I don't see what's really happening, that's not gonna give me enough confidence, to be honest. So that's kind of how I see things. If we start to see sellers around here, that's gonna be a good sign for a continuation. We start to see them slightly, but we need aggressive selling.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen at this time of day. Anything can happen, but you know we're at everything's so
Yeah, you never
slow
know.
that. But bonds are slightly up, so is gold. So yeah, maybe it could sell off, but I don't know.
Now we have another whenever you see like when you enter the trade normally, whenever you have a place where to stop, put your stop. Once you have a place in mind and where to put your stop, you just enter the trade. You don't, plus of course the context, but once you have a clear kind of risk, you have it like really obviously, you just enter. You see buying, you see selling, you enter. Plus the context. So right now it's a chop around this area, so we know that 550 to 575 is a good area for both long or short for the breakout, but we need momentum. Right now there is no momentum at this point.
Right. Yeah, I mean right now you can see everything's like not moving. So yeah, this area would be not good for just like you said, buying high. I mean buying low, selling high, and just play this little range for scalps for a couple points. That's it.
Exactly.
Okay,
like you have 725, there is an absorption here.
I gotta step away for a little bit. Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Okay,
right
Peter.
back.
See you, man. Hey, Dave. Imperator, are you there?
Siłego trzymać. Wait.
Oh, yeah, there's one going in there.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Dave.
Test.
It's working. Hey, Dave.
Oh, okay, perfect.
How are you?
Good. I'm actually learning a lot listening to you because, I recently just said I want to look at scalping the NQ, so I started looking at it. And today, what you were talking about was very informative. So,
Yeah.
thank you for
Like
going.
you were watching when we were talking, me and Peter, about NQ.
Yeah, I caught part of it. I had to step away, but I got a lot of what you were saying, and just about, looking at the various levels and then identifying those particular levels as areas to play.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, I was looking at it also, and what I noticed is a lot of times, sometimes I'll miss the trade. It won't get down to my level, or it gets down to a level and I get stopped. So I had sort of watched Fat Cat. I don't know if he's doing it now, but he was sort of playing the ranges where he was buying and selling. Then if it broke a little lower, he'd buy a little bit more. And
Yeah.
he was doing some testing with that. So I had built a spreadsheet looking at scaling, and again, not forever scaling, but looking at, trying to scale into a position lightly. And, if I can scalp it, I'm going to scalp out of that. But if it pulls in a certain amount, then I'm going to add more. And I did it for 3 times. And then I just said after that, I'm going to take a particular stop and just stop out. And maybe I can, here, let me show the spreadsheet that I built.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me. And I definitely want your input on this about what you think.
Okay.
See, share my screen. Okay, is it showing my spreadsheet? Yep. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
So what I was looking at was, let's say, and this is what was interesting for me, what you were talking about is you were looking at scalping, sort of at the end of, you can't see my screen either, huh? How do I, is there a way to show one?
You close the share screen, and you once you open that window, when it gives you the choice to choose which window to show, you scroll. There is another widget. that shows the
Like a whole monitor, right? Because I can.
yeah, exactly, the whole monitor.
Okay. Let me try that again. All right. Screens. Here we go. Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
You see my whole screen and then the spreadsheet on it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So here I set this up as my NQ scalping screen. So in this case, we broke out now out of this range, but I was looking at something like this. So if I'm looking at scalping, you know, this particular range here, right? So our value area is between these two lines. Again, looking at buying down here at the lower end, but again, looking at a bigger picture, what's below this? Is there another distribution down below that we could think we could trade to? Is there, you know, some low volume areas where we think it can stop? And so I was trying to identify areas where, hey, this is where I can start look at, I'm going to call it like what Merritt Black calls it, campaigning, right? So looking at starting a campaign here. And where do I think, you know, the final area I would want to cut, you know, wherever it is, it's down here. But so I was sort of modeled a spreadsheet based on this. So let's say this first particular area was right at this number. I just selected a price and just, in this case, just put them 10 apart. Like today, I'd probably want to spread them more than 10 points apart. But looking at entry one, giving myself 2 micro contracts with the ability to scale one and still keep one. And then if I get down to that second area, I'm looking at adding 4 more contracts. So here, if you look at this column here, total contract, you start with 2, you add 4, you have 6.
Yeah.
And then the very last area I would look at, and right now it's modeled at 20 points down, I would add 14. Right, and then what this gives you with this more aggressive scaling is if you look at that, it tells me like how many points I need to break even. So once I hit enter at 10 points down and I have 6 contracts, I have to get to 3 1/3 points to break even. And at this point, when I'm 20 points down, if I add 14, I'll have a total of 2 contracts. So basically 20 micros, 2 minis. And at that point, I'll still be very easy to break even at 4 points. And my stop at that point, I would say, okay, look at this. I'm going to give myself a 10-point stop below that. So basically, if I did that, this is excluding commissions. If I got stopped out, I would lose $400.
$400. Yeah.
And then what I modeled out down here was, okay, entry 1, I enter with 2 contracts. And my first exit for scalping would be like 8 points and then 15 points. And what I modeled, let me actually make this a little wider so you can see this column here. So if I scalped and I hit these 2 targets, I would make a total of $46. Okay, if I got down to my second entry and entered additional 4 contracts, I would have 6. And then I would make 3 scale outs, 2 apiece. So 2 contracts, 2 contracts, 2 contracts. And if I was able to fulfill all those, I would make $212 on that trade. And then the third case scenario, third entry would be 14. And at this point, I would be 20. And so I'd look at scaling out at 4 different places. The first being 8 points, 15, 30, and 40. So 5 contracts apiece. So if I got totally filled on that, I would be making $930. And then the second option is when you're this heavy is maybe risk mitigate, because at this point, to get down to, let's see, why did I pick 6? Was it 6? Was 1780? How did I come up with 6 as my stop? Oh yeah. So I am, by the time I add this on, this stop, I'm 6 points away, right? So my average price would be 13,784, and my stop would be 7. Oh, 780. So it's actually only 4 points. Is that right?
Yeah, from the exit, like
Yeah, from my stop. So I entered at 780, right? In my stop.
it should be lower, like around 74 or something like that, like the first one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why it is at 74. So the stop's at 74, right? And my last entry was at 80. So from 80 to 74 is 6 points, right? So now my total risk is 6 points from my average price. So the other option was to risk mitigate half the position when I get to a positive 6 points. So it would be getting rid of 10 contracts at 6 points to risk mitigate. At that point, I can only break even. And then if I get to the next exit at 5, I'm up 2,300. So at that point, if I hit all my targets, the 3 targets in this case, because I double at this one, so I don't get the 4th exit, I'm up $620. And to model what this would sort of be, I said, okay, if I get to scenario 1, where I only get 1 entry, and say that happens 50% of the time, then I just took 50% times my total profit, $23, right? And let's say scenario 2, I get to the 2nd entry, and this happens 35% of the time where I hit that profit. And then same with the 3rd. In this case, I'm only gonna do this 5% of the time, and I just said, here, I'm getting stopped out 10% of the time. What is my expected value of, yeah, what is my expected value of this? And it comes out, still pretty positive. So I took 10% of the 400, 5% of the 930, and just, I wanted you guys to take a look at this, and because I was thinking maybe I should just try and play it and see now how that outcome comes, because I tried to step through it a little bit, going through a couple of days, and that's where I said, okay, this, 10 point, the scales that far apart look pretty good. Today was more volatile, so I was like, I probably should make that 15 points or maybe even 20 points, but then I'm not quite sure my targets would have to be spread out a lot further too. But just the overall concept, again, it's not, it's more campaigning. It's not sort of scaling without a plan. This is, I definitely have a stop.
Yeah. Like today's scenario was kind of rangy, so I think it's a good, especially on that last range on NQ.
Mm-hmm.
Like just playing the ranges, and this is one of the things I find kind of obvious on NQ. When it starts to range, it's easier to get good trades, in my opinion. Especially if you have a fixed lows and highs. Like you can if you see your screen, you have that NQ chart.
This one here.
Yeah. The previous range, the last before the break to the upside.
Yeah, so this range down here, this sort of automatically adjusts. This range just plays what's been on the screen. But yeah, we sort of had this, this bulge down here before we broke out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking at, so you play those tops, and even if, if we would have shorted the top end of this range, where are we at? 98.50. So we get up to so I never even got the second scale back on yet. It would have been up here at 8. So I just missed getting the second one on here, right?
Yeah.
But if you did hit that, then all of a sudden you would be, you'd probably be making the total profit.
Yeah.
For this one.
You took the trades. You took some trades.
Well, that's why today it was just more volatile, and I was like, because I was going to come in here and look at playing the 10 points, but then all of a sudden we had these big swings. I'm like, I don't think 10 points, every 10 is good to scale in. So, yeah. So
yeah, I see that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to, just this idea, and I'm hoping that tomorrow may be a little better, or right now, maybe, since the volatility's dried up. Hey, why not, try and start doing it now, right? and just see how it.
If you see right now, there is a big range on NQ. In my opinion, this is a big range. Like it's playing, it's a big, like it's a two profiles playing right now. The lower one, like you see that higher range.
Yeah, let me just
Yeah,
speed this up a little
exactly.
bit here. Okay, so yeah, now we're getting this big bulge right here forming here, right? We were trying to fill in sort of this low volume area, but now, I can see this turning into one big value area, right? From around,
Exactly.
16 down to, down to like, let's just say 94.
Yep.
Would be, but that's still within sort of the 20 points. So that's why maybe it's a good time to start playing the bottom end of the range, scale in that entry. If it breaks down, try it. And then, because now the volatility from this morning has calmed down, and I think we're sort of in sort of playable range with those numbers now. So yeah, if we're looking at this, we'd probably want to look at buying down, around this 94, 95 area, and then willing to scale. And then the next one would be sort of at this, 84 area, which is good because this is where this is really starting to taper off. So the next one would be down here, your entry 2, and then your entry 1 would be, entry number 3 would be, down here in this low volume area.
Yeah.
And at that point, what was it saying?
It's like of a hedging strategy.
Yeah, and it just keeps you in the game, because I just noticed that even on ES, a lot of times I'll just get stopped out and it'll go my way again. And then with NQ, it just always seems once you get a big break one way, you get, a backfill, and that backfill still can be pretty big. So as long as when I add, I keep myself, close to sort of like, if it backfills, I can get out of part of my position. And so the second part to that is, do I not always let it run to all my targets? So let's say my first target gets hit. At that point, should I bring it up to, break even? So now I can't lose on that trade. Or do I wait until my second target gets hit and then, so there's a lot of questions on, your trade management once you get into it. But that, all the math was calculated on either I'm going to get stopped out or I'm going to hit my targets on each one of those scenarios.
Exactly. And like for confirmations for entry, what do you use for like to confirm the entry? For example, is it based on the relative delta, the bid-ask uptick delta?
Oh yeah. So what I would look at is, one thing is just blindly put it in 10 points apart, and then just test it that way. Or when I come into that next add area, or even the first, right? So if I'm coming down here and I'm seeing a lot of aggression coming through here, maybe I'm like, I'm not going to buy this bottom of the range until, we come through and all that aggression starts to subside, right? And maybe we start consolidating down there and do that. And I would look at, down here, this is what I was looking at today, uptick, downtick, bid-ask delta. So we come into that area again, sort of like, that risky entry, you get the big negative delta coming into like right here. Ooh,
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So now we got this big, right, spike.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we wouldn't touch that. Oh, look at that. That's crazy.
But those moves are kind of very risky, especially on NQ. Like you don't know if it's gonna spike a 30 points down or not.
Exactly.
It's not like,
So this one, if you get a violent move like that, you just stay out. But if we're sort of creeping down to that area and again, if we looked at sort of, entry was at the, again, coming down into that area, we're getting some good negative, and then all of a sudden we start consolidating, uptick, downtick starts going the other way. Maybe take your first entry here. Mm-hmm. And then look at, 10 points later, again, try and judge whether or not you should be putting on that position using some criteria. But then it's just sort of mathematics, right? letting that trade, at that point play out. Either you're going to get stopped and you're going to hit your max drawdown.
Yeah. I think like right now for NQ, it's a good area to take away long, in my opinion. Start to see and to watch the price around this area.
Right. So so this is where you can start that whole thing. You can say, hey, it looks like it's firming up here. And we're still getting big negative. So I wouldn't enter here yet because of how up. But now we're getting some pullback in the uptick downtick, but we're still. So then I go over to this chart over here. This one is, for ES, I had it set to 100 volume. I don't know right now. I put it to 25 on NASDAQ, but I want to see some consolidation, right? In sort of for NASDAQ, probably like maybe a 1 to 4 tick range, right? A point range where you start seeing some consolidation before taking that trade too.
Yeah. Like you use a 3 second. This is a 3 second chart.
Yeah. I should have put maybe. I usually use a 3 second on NASDAQ. I moved it up to 5 seconds for NQ, and maybe I should put it up to maybe 10 seconds. I was trying to figure out what I should use for NQ. Yeah. What's your lowest time frame chart you use for NQ?
What you said, Dave?
Oh, I was wondering what's the lowest time frame chart you use for NQ?
I started to use 15 seconds.
15 seconds?
The 15 seconds chart, I find it kind of fair, in my opinion. Like, plus, like, it's more of a trying to see the DOM, what's the DOM is doing, to be honest.
Right. And sort of like right now, I'm thinking, maybe your first entry now, we had this violent move down, is you look for a break of structure pullback entry, right? As your first entry. And then you would use a scaling technique after that.
Yeah.
So again, this is very short time frame, right? But we broke above here, and now we probably expect it to pull back maybe somewhere down here. So look for an entry, somewhere down here.
Yes, also is pulling back.
Yeah.
Pulling back to the same area, like, but I need a clear context, because here right now I see nothing, to be honest. I see random, like, big institution moves. I can't I don't want to get involved as long as I don't understand what's really happening.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not looking at the good context. Maybe we have some absorption on ES at that point right now, around 6s, 575. It's holding the price to the upside.
Yeah.
But not a clear context, in my opinion, right now to try to enter a trade. I see there is a range, like the beginning of a micro range right now.
Yep.
And also watching the liquidities, if they got hit or not, if they got executed or not. Like right now we have a good order on 7s on EF 207. They moved it up, which was kind of a spoofing. It's not following the market, which showing that the market could go up to around 8.25.
Oh, where did you see the liquidity was at? What price?
8.25 right now.
Oh, 8.25. Oh yeah, just 204 right here. Yeah.
Yeah. It moved from 656.75 to around 8.25 right now.
Oh, okay. So it's moving up here. Anything below?
Maybe once it's executed, that could give. Now it's gone. But wait, like at this point, I'm just gonna wait, to be honest. Like it's a micro range. There is absorption for both sides. Buyers are hitting hard right now. And the auto is ranging. There is still momentum to the upside. This area.
We have all this to reclaim too. point NASDAQ. What I probably should just do is put it in sim and just.
Yeah.
Dave, did you take any trades today?
Oh, I just was explaining to Cosmo. I told him that I'm very interested in looking at scalping, especially for the combine. It just seems, if we try and identify areas to get the bigger move in, a lot of times I never make it to like my big move area, and I get stopped out and just make very little money. So my combine is not moving very quickly. And so I had watched Fat Cat do some like range scalping that he was playing with, and then I sort of in the back, been watching NASDAQ, been keeping tabs of Cosmo, and today I really was listening pretty closely. And over the weekend I came up with an idea of, because a lot of times I'll be waiting for an area and then that area will never get hit, right? Or I'll get into a trade and I'll end up getting stopped out by a couple of ticks. So I was trying to figure out something that maybe I can, and again, I've watched some of like Merritt's stuff about campaigning and things like that, and
Right.
so I came up with this spreadsheet, and I can go over it quickly with you to bring you up to speed. But let's say I'm looking at the NASDAQ and I have an area of interest that I think is going to hold up. So, if we were back here in this area, sort of the lows down here, the highs up here. So I would be looking at, buying when it gets down here. And then at that point, that would start the beginning of my campaign. And so I just modeled out, in the NASDAQ, while I'm campaigning within a 20-point range. So I'm willing to say, hey, within these 20 points, it still looks like the trade can be good, right? So down here, we still have the bigger part of the volume profile doesn't really start to thin out until, down here. So, if I got in up here, is this within my 20 points? Yeah, maybe I could start my campaign here. And this is the spreadsheet that I built. So, and this is using micros. So saying that my first entry, I'm going to start with 2 micros. And so if that's just my only trade and it never gets down to these other entries, then what will happen? Well, this is my entry, 2 contracts. And right now, arbitrarily, I've been looking at sort of where the NASDAQ moves, and I feel like 8 points is pretty easy to get. So I put them at 8 and 15. And if I scale out first contract here, this is what I'll make, scale out here. And if I, this is excluding commissions, but if I hit all my targets with the first entry, this is my profit for that trade. And the second scenario is, it pulls back, it breaks down. Is it doing a fake out? But it comes down 10 points. I look to see if it's, firming up at that point, and I enter. But instead of just entering 2, I enter 4 contracts. So now I'm long a total of 6 contracts. Right? And then again, my scale outs now, I'm going to scale out 3 times, at 2 apiece, and I just set my scale out at these numbers right now. So this is just sort of the first cut of this this setup that I'm working on right now. So if we hit the first target, we make this much, and this much on the third target. So if you end up getting out totally, you're going to be up $212. And the third case is, we break down another 10 points. I'll add 14 more contracts. So I'll be long 20 micros. And at this point, I'm going to let myself scale out at 4 different areas, right? So the 8, 15, 30, and 40. And if I hit all those, it'll be a profit of $930. So then I came, and if I'm down here at my last entry, I enter the 14, my average price would be $784. The entry price would be $780. And so my break even is 4 points away from where I'm at. So that's the reason I'm scaling in more aggressively, is I always want to be within striking range to break even. And I feel like, if you're within 4 points of the NASDAQ, that's pretty easy to just get a bounce up to that particular area. And so yeah, again, the scenario here was this, and I just came up with a different scenario. So if you're at your max position, do a risk mitigate. So at this point, your last entry would be at 1780, and I set my stops 10 points below my average price of the last entry. So my entry price is 780, but my average price would be 784, and I just said my stop loss is going to be 10 below that, and if I get stopped out, I'm going to lose $400. So then I came up with sort of an overall, what do they call it? Like an expected value? I don't know what the correct term it is, but I just said, okay, 50% of the time I'm going to get in, and it's just going to be, I'm just going to get my first entry. And so I'm looking at making $46, 50% of the time. And so I took 50% of 46, and that's $23. Then I just said, okay, if I get to my second entry, that's going to happen 35% of the time. And again, 35 times the 212 is this. And the third entry, I'm going to get there, and it's only going to happen 5% of the time. And then I'm saying I'm getting stopped out 10% of the time. So 10% times the 400. And so my expected value, if these are correct, is, being up 103.
Okay.
So, hold on, I got to take this call. I'll be back, guys.
You man.
Sometimes, like she said, if you eat, and sometimes, you actually don't use the protein or something. It gets stored. Then I think it gets used up. So.
Hey Cosmo, so going back to your friend and the other guy scalping, so is your friend teaching you or helping you out?
Yeah. Like he introduced me to all this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your friend, how long he's been trading?
Like right now, he's been like trading for like 5-6 years.
Okay.
5-6 years right now. So yeah.
And what is so he's scalping just like the other guy?
Yes, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Like reading the DOM. It's basically just reading the DOM. That's it.
What is he trading? ES or other?
ES and the NQ, both.
Okay.
They trade both. So you know what's the like what takes time in learning the DOM is when you try to, because if you want to learn the DOM, you don't need to like to scalp or execute trades. You just have to watch what's happening. And once you watch what's happening, you know when it have higher probability of it reversing, for example. See what I mean? So watching that action on that micro move and trying to get the highest probability trade is the idea. Like right now, what we are doing, we need to build a context around it. We really need to build a context around it in order for us to like to engage into the trade. Like right now we have this area also. Like this is, as I told you earlier, this is a new level. Like the market creates new levels, and those levels are unpredictable. You know, like not everybody is looking at a support or resistance because markets tend to reverse like mostly on random places, and the random places can be shown on the DOM and not on the chart because we don't know if the sellers are still hitting or the buyers are still not that aggressive and stuff. So we just watch the levels that creates the market, like waiting for the market to show its hand. Like in this situation, we have another range. So it's a rangy market. But we had a breakout before here above this micro range. So right now we are ranging. We need to watch the price, like what's happening right now. Like price is getting absorbed here. The buyers are getting absorbed. We have aggressive selling around 1025. So this is a turning point. This is a pressure point, as you want to say. Like if we go higher than that with size, we're gonna pick up like at least 1-2 points. But if the sellers are keeping the price below this area, below 1050, 1025, and no one is willing to hit the buy button or aggressively buy the market, that's a bad idea. So right now we see aggressive selling, which means that this area is holding. Like this is the stop here is here. Like put your stop here. You go short, gonna put your stop here. It's a 1-2 tick stop. Once you have a clear area where you can put your stop, you put it. You execute the trade. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Once you see a stall, yeah.
Have you looked at scalping like bands? Bands, ultra bands?
Yeah, you asked me, Peter?
Yeah. Have you looked into?
I looked at it, but like the guy is talking about better look at the ES.
Yeah.
And stay away from NQ because NQ is kind of a different.
Yeah, just for scalping.
Different nature. Yeah.
Pretty hard. I mean, like you were doing, you can still scalp it, whatever you want to call it, but you can, like, you notice stuff on the dome and. Remember, like you were saying, you see this on the dome, and then you incorporated 15-second chart into it, and
exactly. But like what I don't want. I need to focus on something, you know, because right now at this point, as I told you, I need to choose. I really need to choose, and right now I tend to choose like. I'm more tending to scalping, to be honest, at this point, because of I feel myself more in control when I am scalping, to be honest. I feel myself more understanding what's happening. Because if you tell me that this level for me is like this whole thing does not make sense. This is only price moving. What I'm interested in is now what's happening now. That's what interests me the most.
It's Cosmo, you gotta pick whatever fits your personality, whatever you believe, then because the thing is, you're gonna hit some losers, some losing days. And if you don't trust a system, then you're gonna abandon it or try to change it and look for something else. Whereas
Exactly.
where you really believe it, trust it, then even on like bad days, just like Cat, you know, he has some down days, but the next day he comes back and he does the same thing all over again and he makes it back. So that's the thing, you know, he's not looking for another system. That's what it is. And
Yeah,
you
like
have
choosing
to,
one single system.
yeah, like you have to realize see the thing I posted over the weekend, it's like you cannot expect your system to work in every in every market condition, every scenario. It just even trading. I mean, scalping is not gonna work everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's something we have to learn and understand. That, you know, like even remember, like Zero said, his guys are struggling because the market's been in a range, like he has been in a range last couple weeks. And yes, on intraday basis you can make some money, but if you go for even longer targets, then very hard to make money.
Exactly.
market
And that's
like
what the
that.
guy is telling me, like, or telling us, like, as a group. He told that if you learn how to scalp, you can make money every day. You can make a living every day. You're not
Yes.
gonna be like dependent on the market conditions, because you can scalp your 4-3 ticks every day. Every single day you can get that entry or that perfect scalp entry and exit. Yeah.
Yes and no. Just look at Fat Cat. You know, he's scalping. He's been doing that for so long, and he's still got some down days. So I'm sure you can get to the point where you don't lose, like, you know, like you have green days, but no matter what, you even scalping, there's gonna be days where it's gonna be very tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. Like you can be break even, you can even lose, even scalping, because it's how you see. You have to perform every day. So not every day you're gonna be at same level of concentration, and one day you might be more tired than others. You might see it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So yeah. How about your friends? You know, these two guys you talk to. Are they green every day? Do they make money every day, or do they still have losing
No,
days?
I'm not saying like making money every day, but like you can trade every day. You can
Oh, of
see
course, but you know,
setups every day. You see what I mean?
trading every day and making money every day are two different things.
Exactly.
So are they making money every day? Are they?
Kind of, yeah. Like I'm not telling like they are never losing. I guess trading is like, you can't know, like you can have bad days, but overall you're green. Like, see what I mean? But what's like the thing here is keeping your losses small, like, and when you have market conditions helping you, and either on scalping, like sometimes you cannot scalp. Like on some environments you cannot scalp. Like the market is very slow, there is no volatility, you cannot see the move very, like right now. Like right now it's kind of going up very slowly. Like you cannot know what could happen at this point. Like I need some action. I need market to show me something. I need market to show me something in order to enter the trade. I won't enter the trade just because it's a, I don't know, like on VWAP or something like that. Like I need to see something. I need to see either the buyers or the sellers are doing something abnormal since like this last upward channel. Like I need to see something. But right now we have another micro range above that previous range, which meaning that I can play the break of this range around here to go lower, especially if we took, like we have two liquidities, we have some signs. If we take this liquidity and continue momentum, that's a good long. But if we don't and we take out this liquidity, a good short around here could be interesting. Like just building a context. This bigger range